Hey, it's me, Ryan. I thought I'd take some time out and show you how to play chord for chord my song Stellaluna. Stellaluna is in C. There's no capo or anything, just standard regular tuning in C. It's structured verse, pre-chorus, chorus, then it repeats verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Then there's an instrumental that leads to an outro. I'll show you how to play part for part the basic chords that you need. Alright, so I have my notes here. Okay, the song starts on C, just regular old C. That's what it sounds like. Playing it slowly, like this. And then it goes to G. Regular old G major. One thing I'll tell you is when I play G, the regular way to play G is like this. But I don't play this note whenever I play a G. I don't use my index finger at all. I leave the A string muted. You don't have to do that. It's just something that I got into the habit of doing at some point, and now I don't even think about it anymore. I don't really like the sound of the G chord with that note in it, so I just leave it out. Plus I have really small fingers, and it's just easier for me to play the chord that way. So you're playing a G major here, and then the next chord is another G, but all you're doing is you're moving one finger right here. This is 3 on the B string. So G, and another G, which is starting from the low E. 3, A string is muted, open, open, 3, and then the last note would be 3 on the high E, but you're not playing that in this song, at least not in this part of it. So to change from that normal G major to that other G sounds like this. And then from there you go to regular old A minor. Now one thing you can do with A minor that I like to do is this. You're just hammering on with your index finger. Hammering on 1 on the B string with your index finger. See? That's a little flourish. Now, that leads us into the next chord. First I want to run through all those chords one more time, the way they appear in the song. C, G, second G, A minor. Now the next chord in the verse is F. You can play it like this. You can play it like this as a bar chord, which I almost never do because my hands aren't really big enough to actually bar all those notes right there. Or you can play it the way I do, which is starting on the A string. 3, 3, 2, 1. It's really an F with a C in there. You would see it written online as F slash C. And one thing you can do with that, just like you can hammer on on 1 on the B string, if you're playing an A minor, you can hammer on 2 on the G string here with your middle finger while you're playing an F, the F that I just told you how to play, and it'll sound like this. It gives it a nice little bit of flavor. So instead of going, you can do this. And that sounds interesting. You don't need to do that. It's just something I put in to give it some character. So the final chords are going to be C and then a special kind of G, but I want to go through what I've already done first. So C, G, another G, A minor, F, and now you're going C, and then you're playing this G. It's like a G add 11 or a C sus 2 or something like that. And basically you play it like this. From the low E, 3, A string is muted. Open, open, 1, 3. And it resolves immediately to a G major. See how nice that sounds? See? So, the last chords of the verse are F, G, G add 11, G major. And put together, it sounds like this. And then you start over, and you do the verse twice before you go into the pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus starts on F. It's the same F that you play in the verse. And then it goes to C. Like this. Stellaluna of the twisting memories which twirl inside. Now that G right here is a G7. And you play it starting from the low E. 3, A string is muted. Open, 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 1. Now that's a big stretch. So if you can't make that stretch, you can play it instead like this. You're not playing the low E or the A at all. You just go open, 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 1. So that the change will sound like this. So the whole pre-chorus is F, C, G major, G7, F, C, G major, G7, and then back to C. It goes back to the verse one more time before it goes into the chorus. Now the chorus is C, G, A minor. There's that little flourish again with the A minor. then C, G, A minor again, C, G, and now it goes to F, back to G major, and then back to C. So it sounds like this. Stellaluna rise. Stellaluna rise. Stellaluna rise. To F. I'm inside G. Open your eyes. And then it goes to the verse again. Those are all the chords that you need to play the whole song, Stellaluna. When I first wrote it, I was just learning how to play guitar, and I figured out how to play a C entirely on my own. I was only playing bar chords, or not bar chords, but power chords. And I thought, well, okay, the principle is you put your fingers in different places. So maybe instead of going like this, I could put my fingers here. And I thought I had invented that. I showed my dad, look what I made up. And he said, yeah, that's a C. And that was when I really started learning how to play open chords. And I played them long before I could play bar chords. Bar chords is still hard for me because of my tiny hands. But Stellaluna, I wrote that right around the time I first figured out how to play a C, worked it out on my own. So pretty much all the chords that I knew in that key went into that song. The only chords I knew how to play in the key of C went into that song. And I have added things like the G at 11, and then changing from G to G7. But for the most part, it's remained as simple as it was when I first wrote it. So that is how you play Stellaluna. Listen to the song, play along with it. I'm going to put the chords down in the description box as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll try and help you out. Thanks. Good luck.